You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by the Sternberg Museum of Natural History.
Stop! Where are we going?
The Sternberg!
Don't get left behind. We're waiting for you here at the Sternberg Museum, where there's always new opportunities for
Discovery under the dome.
Hello and welcome to You and Your Young Child, the program devoted to early childhood. My name is Dana Stanton and I'm the coordinator of USD 489 Early Childhood Grants. And with me today is Joan Dunn. Good morning, Joan.
Good morning.
Now first of all, Joan, tell us what organization you work for and what do you do there?
I work for Early Childhood Connections, and I work with the 0 to 3 home-based programs.
Okay. Now today we're going to talk about, and I've never heard of this before, Think Big, Start Small. So what is that?
This is actually a brand new campaign, and it was launched by the Kansas Action for Children.
Now who is that? Kansas Action for Children.
Kansas Action for Children, I'll give you an acronym, CAC. It's a state agency that focuses on issues that affect Kansas children. Each year they pick 3 or 4 issues that they're really going to work on. And really they pay close attention to what's happening in the legislature and do a lot of advocating, and I think they can technically lobby for those childhood issues. And so they sent me an email just last week about this new initiative, and they're hoping that this Think Big, Start Small is a way to help children establish healthy habits for life and reduce childhood obesity.
Now what are, I'm sure they have some talking points or key things they want to talk about. What are those, the messages, I guess would be the right word?
That's right. They have 4 key messages, and the first one is better beverages.
Better beverages.
Better beverages. So, just in this example, they are encouraging that for children especially, milk or water would be your preferred beverages. Now, if you had a can of regular soda, it has this much sugar in it. Can you see that?
It's a lot.
Almost a 4th cup of sugar.
Say that right there is a half a cup, so that's about about a quarter cup.
There are 9 1/3 teaspoons of sugar in just a 12-ounce serving. Just think about all of us adults that go and get a 32-ounce drink.
The big gulp.
How much sugar that we are drinking. So that's the first kind of talking point or message, is to have a better beverage.
And the second one?
Okay, the second one is to unplug under 2. This relates to the amount of screen time that children have. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, they have done studies, and kids in the United States watch an average of 4 hours of TV a day. That's double the American Academy of Pediatrics recommendation maximum. So the maximum for children over 2 is 2 hours a day, and no screen time at all for children under 2. And that really, they want to limit that screen time because it does affect the brain development.
Well, I know in our house, we, especially for our youngest son, we limit that really carefully, none during the school days. But it seems like when you kick them off, either the computer or the iPad or the cell phone, what they do instead is they go and build a Lego toy, or they go outside and play. So, you know, I think sometimes when parents nudge them away from that screen time, that's when they start doing those things that are so good for their development and, you know, their body and exercise. So I agree with that one wholeheartedly.
Oh, that's exactly right, because, you know, I know certain kids, and they would be perfectly content spending 6-8 hours a day. And like I said, this is helping to prevent obesity, so those physical activities definitely are important.
Number 3.
Okay, the right rewards. Teach kids healthy habits. So if they did, say they got that 100 on their spelling test, and then you say, oh, let's go to the Dairy Queen. You know, occasionally that might be a good treat, but we don't want to make the habit of rewarding chores or things that kids should do with unhealthy choices. So maybe they get to have an extra 15 minutes at the playground.
Let's go to the park.
Yes. Exactly. So you're going to kind of rechannel that right reward.
Next message.
Okay, the fourth one is breastfeeding benefits. And this was interesting because just 2 weeks ago, Hayes was recognized as a breastfeeding friendly community. And breastfeeding benefits reduce the infant's risk of infection and diseases, and it also helps lowers mom's risk of health problems like diabetes later on. So giving those children the very best start.
Now we've talked about some, good strategies and the messages. How would a parent access? I'm sure there's like a toolkit or something online that they can look at.
There is. They came out with a toolkit, and this is the website for it. www.
Hold it still. Let Brandon get in there.
Think big.
Think big, start small, Kansas.com.
Yes. And there is just a wealth of links and different connections that you can go to get additional information about this program and for your own use.
Now, does this tie into any other childhood initiatives that are going on right now?
Well, as a matter of fact, it does, because I was, researching something and came across there are actually, the child care industry has coming up with a Let's Move program. And the Let's Move program has 5 key steps or 5 messages. So let me just read you those 5 messages and you can see how similar they are.
Okay.
So number 1, nurture healthy eaters. Number 2, provide healthy beverages. Number 3, reduce screen time. Number 4, get kids moving. And number 5, support breastfeeding. So kids in child care spend sometimes more time away from home than in the home. So the child care industry is really promoting the Let's Move.
So those are almost like universal truth, universal messages that are good for kids and good for families.
Right.
Now, if people want to have additional questions or maybe would like to talk to someone, how would they get hold of you?
Okay, my office number is at Early Childhood Connections, 785-623-2430, extension 212.
Thank you so much, Joan.
Thank you.
You've been watching You and Your Young Child. Parents, remember, you are your child's first and best teacher. Thank you.
You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by the Sternberg Museum of Natural History.